et champagne. Aujourd'hui, c'est 1139. Je me casse. Good morning. It's day 3, Thursday, and we're gonna head out for breakfast here. Kind of got a half decent amount of sleep last night. Definitely super toasty and muggy here, so I don't know if that didn't help or what, but I'm really regretting believing the weather forecast that it was gonna be rainy and cold here because it is sunny and hot and I don't have shorts. Boo. Anyways, we're gonna walk over to a coffee shop that came up when I looked up specialty coffee because I'm a nerd, and gonna go give that a try. I'm also such a nerd as to want to wander around and find Space Invaders. I found one last night, so at least I found one, but there are supposedly around 30 here in Bastia, so we want to make sure to take advantage of that. As I talk a little bit about why I'm really grateful to have improved my skill set, and one skill in particular that I actually don't want to exercise at all today, but I need to. 1, for you. 2, because it'd be hypocritical of me not to do it while talking about it today. So here goes nothing. All right, that was technically coffee. It was fine. The brownie was actually really good. It was one of the better brownies that I've had in France, to be honest. The texture was phenomenal. It was great. It even had nuts in it that I usually don't like, but they were tasty. You had it. You like it?
Really good.
The brownie?
It was impressive.
So if you're in Bastia, not a bad spot for a delicious brownie. We are gonna go for Space Invaders eventually, but we can get. Do you want to get a dress with,
no, they're
with
really
pockets?
expensive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you pay a premium for pockets.
So when I started out vlogging, I realized that there were a lot of goals that I could set for myself that I would have no actual control over. Like subscriber counts or view counts or all the kind of stuff that really I can't control. All I can control are things like the quality that I put in, the discipline like we talked about the other day, and actually showing up and doing it every day. And one of the skills that I really wanted to work on was, I don't know if it's a sense of shamelessness, but the ability to pull my camera out and walk and talk anywhere and not give two craps about it if people thought it was weird or, pointed and laughed or whatever that was. Just being able to pull a camera out in basically any situation, talk to it, and get the job done. And that may not sound like a skill to some of you. Some of you might sound like the most terrifying thing to actually set out to do, because it is kind of embarrassing sometimes, and I will admit that it can be distracting. But I'm really, really grateful that I've practiced it and gotten better. I was always pretty comfortable on camera. That wasn't the issue, but being able to ignore like people staring at you or trying to distract you, waving, that kind of stuff. And just overcoming that self-consciousness of recognizing that you do look kind of ridiculous, and especially in the whole like YouTube landscape. I'm looking for Space Invaders, don't mind me. Especially in like the whole YouTube, Instagram landscape, it can also feel kind of gross to be pointing that kind of attention at yourself. But it's one of those things that I wanted to just overcome all those feelings, put them aside, and literally and seriously just get the job done. I thought that was really, really important. So that's one skill that I'm really grateful that I've grown in. Another skill that I've grown in is Space Invader hunting, but I feel like lately I haven't been doing as well at it. So hopefully today we find a bunch to restore my sense of Space Invader self-confidence. If we find more than 4 gone in a row, Corsica loses points. Also, wow, did Google lie about the weather here. It's so hot, especially in the sun. Holy smokes. I've gone full man capri here to try and combat this. Looks like it got scraped off already. Well, by already, I think he was here like 14 years ago, but still, that will be tragic. I'm gonna try and flash it. We'll see if I can get it. I don't think it's gonna be possible to get this one. Whew. The humidity gets. It's gonna be a sloppy day. Yes, found one. I almost cussed on camera. Sorry, I just got really excited there. This is really fun. So the reason that I like looking for Space Invaders, I think Jenica's really appreciating this. Are you enjoying this? Is because we're way off the beaten path right now. We just wandered up into a residential area. We took a stairway we probably weren't allowed to take. Oh no, I misread that. We're fine. Anyways, we'll just pretend we're being illegal right now, just for the adventure of it. But the nice thing is, we're off wandering, exploring, finding some really fun photos, and trying to avoid stepping in cat poop. And it's a great way to explore.
It's like geocaching, only way more rewarding.
Because you can collect them. I wish you had the app.
Yeah.
You don't really care, but I do.
When I move here, I'll get the app.
Okay, we'll do that. There he is.
This Tico, he's a cuckoo in my car.
The only downside to this, of course, is that during the hunt, you end up going up and down a lot more stairs than you otherwise would in the heat. It's good for exercise. It's really good exercise. It's just unfortunate when you get down here, you're like, nope, misread this one. Not what I thought it was. We'll find some more here, though. Stop. Well, yeah, might just come on down. I was trying to savor going back uphill here in a second, but you know, it's good for us. Oh good, I've been out of focus for a while. One of the skills that I have needed to include in this, I guess one of the ones that I really worked on that I think I was naturally pretty good at when I started and I got even better, was filming discreetly so people didn't realize that I was filming, you know? Not that I was trying to be super sneaky, but I just didn't want to draw attention to myself. And I got pretty good at that. But then I added this big camera, made it another challenge. It's one I'm growing and working on. One of the skills I definitely need to get better on with this camera is to remember to keep the focus settings to where they should be, because I just found out that, I don't know, we'll see what was out of focus there, but I left manual focus on for a while, which means something I'm sure was out of focus. And that's not so bad, but when it happens when like I'm walking and talking for 3 or 4 minutes and the background's in focus and my face is not, those are moments where like, all right, I still have plenty of room to grow. I'm only 3 invaders away from having 700 in total, which is pretty exciting. These buildings are amazing. The texture, like all the different kinds of brick, stone roofs, the flowers everywhere. This is gorgeous. This is really, really nice. Super chill. Apparently this is the end of the season, so there aren't a lot of people left around here. And our host was saying that we're the last people she's gonna host before she shuts her Airbnb down for the year, I guess. So definitely chill here. We've wandered way up the hill looking for invaders, and the nice thing is, like I was saying, it's a great way to see so much more of the city than you would if you just wandered around like the touristy bits. At least it encourages you to want to explore a little bit more. But it is super hot. We're trying to stay in the shade. Definitely feel a little gross. We're gonna go get some food here in a minute, and then we'll have to find more invaders after that, of course. We almost made a nature show out of today.
Planet Corsica.
The tiny Corsican the tiny Corsican cat hunts its prey. These pigeons are actually really interested in us now too. You guys didn't even warn us. He was stalking us that whole time. You didn't say anything. They're looking at us so accusatorially right now. These stairwells are killer, even if that cat's not. Poor kitty. It's okay. I'm sure he's got snacks at home. There are 2 invaders at the end of the old port here on the breakers, so we're gonna check those out and then wander our way back towards food of some sort. I'm really hungry. I want salt. I really want fries right now more than anything. The pizza here is supposed to be phenomenal, at least on the island itself, so this might happen more than once. All right, that place was pretty tasty. We did get screwed on the seat, unfortunately, because they did give us the one table that was in the path of the sun after a minute. So we're kind of toasty still, but otherwise, that was great. One of the skills that I've worked on developing over time that I didn't realize I would need to develop so much, beyond Space Invader hunting, which I think I found one over here, is the ability to drop and pick back up a line of thinking or a series of points over the course of a day. So like today, you know, just continually coming back to what it is that I want to be talking about and hopefully putting it together in a way that makes sense. It is a skill that I've had to, you know, work on and develop over time. Not one that I thought I would have to. It wasn't one that I was super aware of, but it is one that's really important, really helpful, and hopefully one that I actually pull off. So you can go through the course of your day, still get your other stuff done, work it out, but then being able to pick up where you left off like hours later and make it look and hopefully feel like we never really let off. That's a good skill to have. Okay, oh, somebody just jumped off that lighthouse. That would have been a cool shot. We've got 2 Space Invaders to find out over by the lighthouses. This one is a clone over here, so we're gonna find out if clones count or not. And then there's another one somewhere around the base of the water here. The question is, which way should we go?
The corner of that yellow building.
Yeah?
You see it?
Oh, is that one? Oh, that is one. Nicely done. You gotta have more than one set of eyes if you want to catch them all. Ooh. Sweet. So this is new for me. Don't drop your phone in the water.
Yeah.
This is a new experience for me right here. This is a clone, which is marked in his SlideShare as a clone. There are 2 of them in the city. They have a special color, a blue color that I've never seen on one of his maps before. And I don't know if that means it's gonna count or not. This also looks different than the one that's in the SlideShare. It looks like it's been redone multiple times, so this mirrored version is new. Let's see if it works. Nope, I don't think it's gonna work. I'm gonna try it like 1 or 2 more times, but I think that we won't get credit for it. But because of Jenica's amazing vision, we're up. We're up right now, so it doesn't matter if it does or not. Oh, don't do this. Oh, there's this glitch that it's had for a while where if you miss, then it kind of like takes forever the second time you shoot. Okay, one last time. I will take his advice on that. No, not made by Invader, it says. So yeah, I guess the clones don't count, even though he's got it marked on his map. Well, it's too bad. Okay, now we gotta go around to where those guys are jumping off the lighthouse and try to get both the lighthouse invaders. Looks like we're being blocked by a construction zone here. It's all the way out there. We know there's one on the red lighthouse for sure, and on the map there's one marked on either. Not sure how into the whole Space Invader hunt we are today on your end of things, but I'm obviously into it. I'm only 2 invaders away from 700 invaders total, so this is kind of a big deal. All right, it's kind of I have many leather-bound books. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and maybe walk around that way, and maybe we'll be able to see something from over there. Boom. Found the one we were looking for. It is pretty much entirely destroyed and I can't get it with the app. Dang it, we just need one more. So we're gonna try and find that. We're gonna keep walking back this way and we'll find it. And that's probably where I'm gonna wrap things up today. There are probably other skills that I've developed over the course of the last 3 years that I'm not even fully aware of. My editing, I think, has really improved. My storytelling in general has improved. I think my cinematography's gotten a little bit better. Overall, you know, move in a good direction. And that was one of the most important things about vlogging every day for me, was that I wanted it to be a consistent and continual exercise in self-improvement and professional betterment, even if it was just a hobby and even if it never became anything more than that. And I think I've more than exceeded many of my hopes and expectations in many of those arenas. So I'm pretty happy with how things have gone. Just not happy with the Space Invader situation. We're gonna go find one more and then I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning for day 2. Oh my gosh. The last week of the daily vlog. See you tomorrow. Huzzah! Yep, it's another faker. Huzzah! 700, and with that I bid you good night.